Okay. Hello. I think. Oh yeah, there are emotes now. There's one in particular that I really like. I think this is actually going to be nice and smooth, and this one is going to be working. Let me get this out of here. I disabled all of my recording filters on here that allow me to record the individual cameras, and I think that might have actually helped with the performance, which is kind of unfortunate since that's half of the reason that I want to be doing this stuff. So still gonna be. Oh, this is messed up, or is my camera back there? Oh well, this is crooked. Yeah. So I'm not gonna have my live feeds from this one as much, but we'll just keep on going. Wow, why is that so purple? Because of weird white balance. Oh, it's not set to manual white balance. Oh, that's annoying. Anyway, hello. Hello, Torch Nova, Scott no last name, Black Jam Alex 6502. Yeah. So, yeah, I really like how the Magic Smoke emote came out. Hopefully, there's not too many reasons to use it, but when there is, it'll at least have a silver lining. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AT&T 6300 again. I want to go ahead and use my HP, I guess I can just show you here, HP 16500C logic analyzer and take a look at what the video outputs are, well, actually outputting here. So, unfortunately, I ran out of time. Man, this thing is really annoying. Keeps tipping and not going where I want. I ran out of time before the stream to get this set up, so I still have all of my probes right here, and these plug into the back, so that's gonna be fun, and it's extremely heavy, so I'm probably gonna have to do this live here. What is that for? I don't remember that one. Wonder if I had that connected. Oh, you know what? I bet I had. Okay, so this is a two clip thing, and I'm guessing this was connected to the trigger connection. That would make sense. I'm currently exercising, so this is good to listen to. Well, I'm glad. I know that not everyone's going to directly watch these streams. They're usually kind of long for that. And this one may end up running a little short, depending on how everything goes, because I'm also in the middle of editing the next video, but this is a good break from that. Hello, Wizard Tim. Just to let you know, there might be an article written about CapsWiki soon, so that's kind of exciting. I won't say where just in case they don't end up doing it, but that's pretty cool. It's been a good day so far with the editing going well. It's gonna rain, which I always like in Arizona, and just in general, been a good day. Also, check this out. Boom! Got a nice fancy hotkey for animated web browser showing up. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to be trying to do more fanciness with stuff like that, because I think that video box right there, I could probably have it do something where it like slides the video sources through, so I could switch that to see like the overhead cam versus the macro cam up in there, and then I'm probably going to try and do the same thing for the big view, maybe, because that'll make it so we don't have to go through like a whole ordeal whoosh thing for every transition, which is kind of overkill in some cases. So we'll just try and have it be a little more simplified. So I'm trying to do some more work with that. And yeah, it is really nice to see it getting some traction. I'm really excited about that, actually, because it's somewhere where it'll be its target audience. So yeah, I should probably get started on getting that thing set up for right now. So if you haven't seen my video on this is kind of weird. So this is like a whole logic analysis system, as opposed to like just an oscilloscope. Like right here, actually, I have just an oscilloscope, but this is, it's weird. So it takes cards. So I have two really large oscilloscope cards in it, and then two logic analyzer cards. So I also have pods here. These are multiple logic clips that can be put onto something. I don't think we'll be using those today because I'm just going to use the analog outputs because, I mean, it's a monochrome monitor. We got horizontal, vertical sync, and video. I mean, there's not much else to keep track of. So won't need that. But if I ever get to anything really complicated in here, I could actually do that. But right now, we're just going to use the analog stuff on this. Now, this thing is actually touchscreen, so that's kind of weird. But I actually usually connect this Cherry ML keyboard to it, but again, I haven't had a chance to set that up. I think this has power right now, and that's it. So I have a little bit of a ways to go. You can see way in the back there, there are actually the pod cables hanging down. They're still bunched up from the move, just because those are basically permanently wired. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this connected. So let me get started on that. I don't know how good this camera angle is going to be, so I'm hesitant to switch to it full screen, but you know what, let's give it a shot. See how this goes, because I hear rain. Yeah. Okay, just a fair warning. With I'm on 5G LTE for streaming, so it's actually possible that I will have connection issues with the rain. It just occurred to me, so just so you know. But all right, let's continue on here. I really wish I'd had a chance to set this up, but I'm really squeezing in this between editing sessions for the next video, which is going to take kind of a long time. So yeah, this whole workbench area I haven't had a good chance to set up yet. So it's a little messy. Sorry that this is what we're focusing on. Ow, stupid. This is just for unit conversion. That's all I use it for. Oh, this is cool. This is something that you would think would probably exist, but you wouldn't actually like think it would really exist. This is an whoops, I dropped it. This is an official tool that came with the Sony DVD drive I put in my Windows XP computer that is just for ejecting the drive tray when there's no power or it's jammed or something. It actually came with this, and it's made out of like a really tough spring steel, like a binder clip is. It's not just a paper clip. But that's all that is. It's just a tool for ejecting the drive tray manually. I'd never seen like an official version of that, so I thought that thing was hilarious. All right. It's just plugged in. Why doesn't it want to move? There we go. Rain is great for snowy states since it cleans the salt off our cars. That is a good benefit, yeah. I've never lived in a snowy state. I'm in Arizona, so it's just nice because it's different. Oh, man, how do I want to do this? I think I should pull this thing forward and put a towel down here so I can lay it on its face on something soft. Let's try that. Downside to the weird card-based logic analysis mainframiness of it is that it has all of the connections on the back. So I've actually had to... Well, I initially ordered a brand new oscilloscope card that was supposedly never used, and I thought it was going to come with extra long probes to use with this, but then it turned out that it was missing the probes, even though it showed it with them. So I kind of got hosed on that, which was a little frustrating. I got a bit of a refund, and I just bought regular length probes, but these don't reach hardly anything, so I'm actually going to have to tuck the computer like way up against the workbench to be able to see this, so yeah. Randmanch Han, 97. Yeah, another stream, yeah. This will be an interesting one. Going not the ways I expected. Okay, so I need to make sure it doesn't rip these off. Thought I was going to have time to set all this up beforehand, but I definitely did not. Alright, there's one bundle. And there's the other. See if this works out here. Yeah, it will. Okay, cool. Oh, that's perfect. That's actually really nice. So if we look on the back here, which is not too difficult to do since I have nice camera stuff, we can see these are the two oscilloscope cards right here. So those are where the probes are getting plugged into. And then I'm going to have the trigger. There we go, the external trigger. So that's what this weird clip thing is going to go on. I can do that. It also does have LAN. I have connected that. It works pretty well, but it never does exactly what I want. You can get an X window of the display on this thing because it's pretty sure it's running like a barbaric stripped down version of HPUX, but it doesn't show traces being drawn or anything like that because apparently it's slightly hacky and those are drawn direct to the video frame buffer, not through the X window system. So you can't actually do like remote capture of it, which really sucks. That was part of why I was excited about getting this thing, because I thought I was just going to be able to do remote capture for it, but no. So someday I may actually take this thing apart and figure out if I can basically RGB mod it to have a video output and then capture that, because that would make my life so much easier for trying to capture what I'm doing with this thing. Now, unfortunately, these are color-coded, but I don't remember which ones go where. So that's fun, other than I think these top two that are just ever so slightly, or these two that are slightly longer cables, like just barely slightly longer, should go on the top two cards. So we'll do that first. And the last two, one of these is one. I'm gonna hope that. And I think I'm gonna flip these. Thanks, eBay. All right. Cool. There's a bunch of stuff to this thing. I mean, it's got GPIB out, which I need to try sometime. I don't know what port in and out is. That's weird. But I got printer, the LAN I already mentioned, some weird expansion chassis stuff. I think those are so you can put even more cards in it. It's kind of nuts. So that's it set up. Let me put it back up there. Now it's very, very heavy. All right, that should be it. Pull the probes forward. Why do I only have... Oh no, I'll drape these over the front. They don't work that way. They will not reach. Probably not going to reach super well here anyway, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's really bad. Now I'm stuck over cables. It was really tight. That's annoying. This one unit is why I'm half tempted to set up some kind of rack for test equipment in the corner behind my whole monitor area here, like way back there. I could see wanting to do that, but I don't know. For right now, I'm not planning on it. Okay, so these will reach how far? Well, they can barely just go to the table, but they'll reach far enough that we can actually use it. So, okay, let's switch back to that for now, and you know what? I'm gonna let this thing turn on. You guys can watch that. And I gotta flip switch there. Bingo. Alright. While that goes, I will grab the AT&T and we'll get that started. These can be put back down there for when I'm ready to use them. So another thing I learned about the AT&T 6300 is that it was either the numlock or maybe both numlock and the caps lock keys will actually show error codes during boot up. So if I'm having additional difficulties with it, I can check that to see what those are doing. And there we go. Oh, that's really annoying. It's going to have weird sync issues. Well, at least I have the Nikon. I realize I can use the Nikon to fix this because I can control the shutter on that. But yeah, this thing is kind of nuts. Like I can go up here, I can change settings through this. So it's really cool. I thought I had this set up with a different color configuration. Where is system? Oh, it's really complicated to use this thing. It's kind of ridiculous. Where's it at? We won't worry about it because we're just going to be going to system state timing. And no, not state timing. Where is it? Oscilloscope. Why do I only have one? Weird. Okay, so it looks like it was supposed to be yellow, green, and then blue, red. Ruh-roh. Oh well. I can just move the color identifier clips around to match whatever I need to. Alright, there's the computer. And the monitor. Now, last time we were doing this, we suspected there might be something wrong with the monitor, but I was advised that there's more likely something wrong with the video card. So that's why we're going to be checking the video output signals. Just to make sure everything looks good there. So, okay. Do I still have ICC13 cables connected? Looks like I probably do. Monitor gets its power from the computer. Bring this over here. All right, so let's start out by setting the whole thing back up and watching the keyboard lights, just because it was a known diagnostic step. Just to see what we get. So in case you missed the last stream on this, I previously took this thing apart, inspected the power supply, and found that it had dislodged a big transformer type thing in there, and then resoldered it down, and then it sprung to life after being declared non-working. So I actually have done a little bit of repair on this already, but there is more to go because the display never turns on for some reason. My apologies. Sorry, everyone. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I accidentally bumped spacebar or something. Yeah, I just clicked mute. Okay, so I'm not sure what all was missed. These should be beeping or blinking post codes, and it should be turning on right now, and it's not turning on as much as it was before. So I'm not sure what's happened. It's just been sitting over here. I literally haven't touched it. So that's cool. All right, let's figure out what's going on. I'm gonna take off monitor, pull off the back again, which uses retained flat screws. So, diagnostics on this just got even more fun. All right. You know, I wonder. Did I start it up last time with this weird network serial card thing in there? I'm gonna pull that out just to rule that out. Then I'm also gonna start it without the display connected. Ow! Those pins on the back are really sharp. All right. See what this does. Getting blink codes. Should beep and access the drive, though, which it doesn't seem to want to do. Huh. Well, now. Hello, Zolly Gamer. It's an unexpected additional difficulty. Let's take this back to basics. Let's disconnect power from the drives and see what happens, and check what all the voltages are. So there's really only 3 voltages, so this won't be that difficult. But just to see what condition everything's in. I'm trying to remember, how does this come out? I think it's toolless. There's a tab down here. Yeah. Pull that, and the whole thing slides forward. There we go. Alright, so I can unplug that. Then I have to unplug the drives themselves here. Alright. Let's check what's going on over here. Will these reach? They will just exactly not. Alright, fluke it is. Alrighty. That's not a bad angle. We'll go with that. Power cable again. I don't have an idea for this, actually. I take this binder clip, run the power cable through here, and I can just clip that onto there, and bam, retained power cable. I can just feed up. And it's nice and temporary. Alright. Fans on. Okay. I like how these labeled are labeled black and red. Alright. Cool. 5, 9. Very careful. 5, that's good. This should be 12. Close enough. I believe this is like 15. Good. I don't know what this one is. Negative. Oh, hold on. Negative 12. Interesting. Does this have a cassette port? I can see that. No, might be for serial. Well, those look good. Alright. Okay, let me plug this back in and see what it loads down to. Those are some thick wires. Could it be voltage issue? Yeah, that's what I'm checking. Check for ripple. DMMAC mode or scope on those. Okay, we can do that. Millivolt. 1 millivolt ripple there. 12 volt line. 2, that's nothing. Other 5 volts, probably the same. Yeah, nothing. So, okay, I think that's good. Nothing on the CRT power, and nothing on the negative source. I'm going to plug in the floppy drives and see what loaded the power drops down to. Yeah, the wires are ridiculously thick that go to power the motherboard, which is apparently 5 volts only. Guess I didn't need to jam that in the whole way, but oh well. Actually, it would be way easier if I didn't. Alright. Back to DC. What do you think of Louis Rossmann? I mean, he does a lot of good work. He's trying to help with right to repair as well, so that's good. I haven't really watched a lot of his YouTube channel. I watched almost all of his, if not all of his videos on the real estate. It just beeped, and it's trying to access the drive. I changed nothing and get a different result. What? I watched all of his videos on the real estate stuff, so that's really all I know him for, because I was looking for like any kind of information I could get when I was trying to get this office. So that's mostly what I know him for. And I do know that he launched Repair Wiki, but I didn't know about that until after. Okay, so you may have missed a lot of what I said because there was an ad I just saw. I don't really watch his channel, but I have seen his videos on the real estate stuff because I leased this office. And I didn't know about his Repair Wiki before I launched my Caps Wiki. So, yeah. Welcome to intermittent fault land. Yeah, that makes me think there might be more bad things in the power supply, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, I'm pretty sure this is not going to reveal anything, but I'll just check the voltages going into the drive. Yep, 5 looks good. 12 looks good. This 5 will still... I did a bad thing there. What? Yeah, I don't blame you for not liking that computer. What happened? Get your oops out. That was strange. That was a voltage measurement. What could have sparked? That's really weird. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna double check this again. That looks good. Check that. That's still fine. And then, yep, that's still good. Okay, I didn't kill anything. Did you bridge the probe to the case? That might have been it. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good in that case. Yeah, that could be it. Because it's right, like, there's no clearance between that giant bolt and the chassis. I may have accidentally bridged that. All right. It's still beeping. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Shut it off again. Done with the multimeter for the moment, I think. I will plug in the keyboard and see what the beep codes are, or the blink codes. Keyboard connector is ridiculously loose. I think it like needs to be screwed in. I don't really want to have to screw it in, but it just feels like it would be beneficial. All right, let's see here. Got the rapid blinks. Got a beep. They went away. Got drive access. Now it's trying to access B. At least we know it has OCP. Yeah, that is nice, actually. Let me see if it control delete restarts. I don't know if it can at all. It looks like it can. Yeah, it can. Okay, so control delete, that works. But it's only trying to access, oh, that is drive A. I'm just an idiot. Never mind. That says it right there, A, on the bottom. So, for grins and giggles, let's plug the monitor in. I don't expect it to work. Okay, I heard a high-pitched sound from the monitor, and then it went away. Try fiddling with the dials. Nothing. Can't hear anything from the monitor. Okay, I put each knob to its maximum position, 2 knobs, 4 combinations, so they've all been in all the positions, so let's start diagnosing video signals, I think. I wish I knew about what the intermittent power problem thing was, but oh well. Nothing I can do about that for right now. Okay, so I need to rotate this whole thing all the way around. Actually, you know, we'd be better served with, where is it? Why is this not working? This view, for the moment, which is actually a little far over, I think about it, because that's not going to show you the logic analyzer part. Push the drives back in. There. Keyboard on top, since now it's screwed in. Okay, let me look up a pinout for the AT&T 6300's video port, so we can see what's going on there. What did I take this screw off of? Is this part of this thing? No, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, that was for the card. Okay, let me put that back in before I forget again. All right, there's that. All right, let's see. AT&T 6300 video pinout. Wow, really? That was quick and easy. I may have found it. Are these numbered? They are. Okay. I will sanity check this by checking the voltage first. Let's do... that's weird. Let's not use that. I have some solid core wire that's actually kind of useful for getting into those, but I don't have any cut in a way that's good for that. Well, this resistor jam in here. Well, let's see. Oh, I can't do that because I'm on a different page. Oh, yeah, you'd like to see. So I'm trying to get something into the video port. I want to try and check the voltage here. Hold on, I need to tighten the camera mount. There we go. The transition, yeah. Hello, are you? How are you? What did I miss? You missed the computer not working and then working with having absolutely nothing changed. Okay, so that's 13, 12. Okay, so that should be power. Let me pinch this down so I actually go in there. And thanks about the transition. I do think it's fancy. I want to try and use it a little bit less, though. But I have some plans for that. Okay, so... there we go. Now I should be able to check the external voltage on there. I know the CRT was getting voltage before, so I'm not expecting this to reveal anything other than it showing 15 volts. So let's see what we get. Man, I changed how the GoPro is mounted on this arm, so there's some slight problems with it. Turn it on. That power switch sucks. Beep. Okay, I like beeps. So it should basically be this to that. 15. Okay, so that means I can at least partially believe the pinout. So that's helpful. Hello, G5, and thank you for the 10 bits. So let's see. The next step is let's check video sync. All right, let me turn this off. And then let's try getting into there. So let's see vertical sync. So that's pin 3. One, 2, 3. All right. Let's go with. Well, I'm just gonna grab whichever one of these will reach. Oh, just too short. Come on, you can do it. See, these things are pretty cheap for how rare they are. The AT&T 6300, I've not actually looked. I was sent, or actually given this one, let's say. So I haven't really looked into it. Why is this? It's single triggering. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to figure out how to run this thing again. So we're now going to be trying to get the vertical sync to show up on one of these. I don't know which one it'll be. So let's see what happens. Got it turned on, and let's see. Okay, our time base, where is it? We need this to be a lot bigger. Auto scale, continue. No signal found. Cool. System. How do I configure this? Intermodule. I need to independent run these. Where is it? Oh, this thing is really confusing. Let's see, where am I at? I didn't get an ad when I joined like usual. Did you change the settings, or are just lucky? You're just lucky. The next ad will run in 47 minutes. So, let's see. I do not blame you for that, David, so I completely understand. Let's see. It looks like the keyboard is most expensive part proprietary connector. Yeah, it's a DB sub 9 type thing, and it's kind of weird. So yeah, there's an adapter you can build, but yeah. So I need to go through. Let's delete all, continue, and then I need C1 and C2 done. Auto scale, continue. I think it's gonna find something. Intriguing. Okay. Can I repetitive run this? Okay. Let's just do that. See what happens. There are ways to change stuff. That almost looks like a signal. Why did it go away now? Is the offset weird? Is that what's going on? There we go. Getting somewhere. Oh, hello. Thank you, Bod Band. That's a cool name. Let's go the opposite direction here. That's, let me disconnect that. See what happens. That seems to be this one, actually. It seems like it's C, not, or C2. Okay, so that's just getting floating garbage. Yeah, okay, so that's, if I whack that, yeah, okay, so that's that one. And if I take off the other one, and I whack that, what we get? Yeah, it looks like we're getting noise. Okay, so C1, let's do C2, lower that. Whack it. Set this to 0. Okay, so that's with this one. This one's C2. All right. But I'm not getting a sync. So that's something. It actually looks like it's just high. So we're at 20 millisecond division. So, See, glad to see the button finally appear. Yeah, it took a little while, but I did get there. Alright, let's see what else I can measure here. I guess I'm going to grab another resistor to jam in there. That kind of worked well. I thought I had a bunch up there. I have a lifetime supply of like 1.8 mega ohm resistors. I should find where those went. Might be just down here. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, I'm going to cut some strips of solid core wire. I know it'll be good. Wherever that ended up. Kind of been half trying to organize stuff into this. That doesn't seem to have worked. Unless that's not it. Okay. Too many things. Oh, whoa. Lucas A22001. Thank you. Hype train incoming. Oh, there is a hype train now. You guys are very awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Hurley Morgan would have been here sooner, but I did a BIOS update. Oh, man. Yeah, that can be fun. Glad you got it working at least, and there wasn't anything catastrophic that happened. There it is. I'm a wire. Okay. So, yeah, this is what I was looking for. It's a bunch of solid core wire. It's the perfect gauge to jam into those kinds of pins here. Get my keyboard off to the side. My wire strippers go now. Oh, they're actually put away. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna just bring this over here. I'm gonna set this up in a way. Oh, man, this has to be so close to the the arm that it's really difficult to work with. So I'm going to set this up with the cable to be kind of just long enough. Actually, if I bring it out a little more, then I can have some more slack for the probes now that I think about it. Maybe I should do it that way. Oh, that's not fun. Let's cut that. Let's see. Oh, and thank you for the 100 bits, Bodband. Let's see. Made sure TPM was disabled to prevent accidental Windows 11 upgrade. I hadn't thought of that. That's handy to be able to do that. I intentionally infected my laptop with Windows 11 just to see what it's like, because I never use Windows. I always boot Linux on it, so it doesn't really matter. I recommend not using Windows 11 as a result of that test. Let's see. Oh, man. There we are. Oh, go ahead. I'm going to make this real fancy, if I can get the wire to strip. I'm going to flip this around, make a loop, and then solder it. So it's really solid to connect to when I grip it. Make one of these ground, the other one not ground. And just have the little bits of it poking out over here for jamming into the connector. Alright, let's check out the soldering action over here. Let's see. Whoa! G5! Thank you! That's really awesome! Thank you so much for the 5 subs. Wow. Should have done this a long time ago. I can't believe I hadn't. This makes so much sense. Whoop. Low. Alright. Why did this not turn on? Oh, because it's not plugged in. That's right. Unplug it because the transformer needs relacquered, and I don't want it to buzz itself to death. There we go. Go, nice little loops. Will be really solid for working on with in the future. Okay, now can flip this back around. See, I started to bring some fuel to this little train. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Grisgore, thank you as well. Made it to channel, or hype level 3. Alright, let's see how well this works. Now, for the record, I think I can just show you this. So, this is the page I'm using. Oh, I have it cropped weird. Now, I will have to fix that. I can do that. Easy enough. Oop. There we go. So this is the page I'm using for the stuff. So let's check horizontal sync, because that should buzz a whole bunch. And now I can get ground off of here too. Out of the video port directly. So 14 through 21 are ground. Let's do that. So that's 13. So actually I can just put these two right there. I think I need to fold that over. Oh man, thank you DOS Gamerman for the 50 bits and Lucas for the 100 bits. You guys are having a lot of fun with this. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that looks good now. Alright, so now I bent these a little better. Hopefully get it jammed in there. Yeah, that worked really well. At least for the one. Come on. Okay, I think that'll do. So, unstriped is ground, and striped is horizontal sync. So, if I go back over to flip this around again and hide the thing. All right, let's see. Oh man, you guys did more. Thank you G5 for the 200 bits and the 6502 for the 100 bits. Man. And yeah, David, it's 1 cent per bit. Yeah. This is actually kind of weird. It's actually on my end, it gives me more for bits than it does subs. Subs are kind of more fun though, so generally that's why subs are given. Let's see. Yeah, it's on the. You can look up the Twitch affiliate contract thing. It's public. It's not part of like an NDA or something. Okay, so that's weird. Why is this? Is it not actually connecting? You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to go and reach in the actual connector and see what happens. And while doing that, I just noticed something. That could be rather important. That is the pin there. And where's my non-conductive poker? The spudger is MIA? Is it in my... I think it's in my screwdriver kit, wherever that went. It went invisible. Well, thank you G5 for the 80 bits. Let's see, where there it is. Okay. Here, the video connector, alright. That pin is horizontal sync that I'm clipped to, and this wire is soldered to it, and it goes off somewhere. So clearly at some point there was an issue with the horizontal sync getting a signal through the connector. So that could be it. Do you need to set the mode ID or pins before it outputs a signal? How can it detect color or monochrome display? That's a good point. I don't know. I just kind of assumed it was always outputting color and then the monochrome display just like down mixed. Let's see. But that rework in there has me a little suspicious. Let's see, what's the vertical sync is down 1. If I connect to that is so hard to get hold of. I'm just gonna hold it onto there. Yeah, no real signal on that either. It seems like it's high, if anything. Like it's just pulled high. Oh, it could be reverse. It could be pull down sync. So that could be it. But I'm getting, there are no pull down pulses. At least it doesn't seem to be. So, interesting. Let me look up what a they make some passive video adapters, I think. Maybe better to check PC main bus data clock action first. This card might not even be running. Well, see, these are the main bus connectors, those, and then these down here. I guess that's actually the ISA. So I could potentially check for that. I gotta look more into this, though, I think, to figure out what. I was just kind of hoping that I'd get any kind of indication that there was a display connected. You know what I could do? I could just plug the display in with it like that and see what it does. That would, the display probably would show up to the computer. So you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm hooked onto vertical sync right now. That should be. Oh, that's monitor ID. Vertical sync is number 3. Whoops. Let me see if I can get onto that one. Okay, there we go. Still no real signal. But I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to plug in the monitor. Let's see, with bits, the person sends, pays them. Let's see. Pays in advance with subs, it chops half as fee. Yes, that is how that works. Okay. So that got away. Get this out of the way. Oh man, let's do this view because there's a lot of stuff going on over here, and I gotta have this also close up and tight because of the logic analyzer. Let's see, is that 6845 controller chip on the board? You can check the pins. Let's see here. 'Cause I don't see under there. Okay. That is Hitachi. That is indeed a 6845. So that's probably the that's the standard character control generator chip thing, right? Like the MDA and CJ cards for the 5150Us. See, thank you, Mendes, for the gifted sub. You guys are really generous. Thank you so much. Okay. Now let's see if we get any kind of sync signals. Looks like no. Standard CRT controller chip also used on the PET. Oh, interesting. Okay. That makes sense. I could check for that. So with that thing, I would always be outputting sync signals, I bet that it doesn't have any kind of monitor ID or anything like that. It would just be there. So it'd be pin 40, so that would probably be, I think that'd be this one, right? For vertical sync? I could probably get to that. See, sorry, a silly question, but can the logic analyzer show signals without separate clock feed, or was that being used as clock input? So I'm using the oscilloscope input, which should be able to trigger on the sync signals that I'm trying to measure. So I'm trying to measure sync signals, so I'm expecting either for like a reverse polarity sync signal, there should be a trace that goes across and then it dips down for a little bit and then goes back up. I'm trying to trigger on either the falling or the leading edge of that pulse. So I should be able to see that. And I should know that this is happening 60 times a second for the vertical refresh. That's why I keep trying to go for that one. I know what that one should be approximately. and that a 16 millisecond or 20 that would happen approximately every 16 milliseconds. So if I have a window larger than 16 milliseconds on the logic analyzer, even if it doesn't trigger, I should see something. So that's why. CRTC does need to be programmed by the CPU before it'll start outputting. Okay, so if it doesn't get its monitor ID shenanigans, then it won't do it. Okay, interesting. But it should be getting monitor ID right now, and I'm still not getting a video signal. The green one here is where it should be. I'm at 50 milliseconds per division, but I'm not seeing anything at all. Getting a little tighter. No, nothing. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, unfortunately, you have to remove the motherboard, if I remember correctly, to get out the video card. The video card is really deeply integrated in there, and that's why this is also slightly difficult to test, because the video card has 4 connectors on it. It's 2 on each end, and then they both connect into boards that go above and below a metal plate in the computer. So you can't just like pop out the video card or anything like that. And I definitely can't put it in another computer. So let me move this stuff over and start looking at this and plan how I can do some testing. Maybe read a little bit here. Figure out what there is. I believe there is a passive video display adapter that you can make for connecting like a VGA monitor or something. So I bet that tricks the output into identifying a particular monitor. So I'm thinking if I can figure out how to make that, then I could trick it into outputting sync signals that I can measure to make sure everything's okay. Because so far, it doesn't seem like it's alive. Oh, it's very heavy. Very, very heavy. Wish I could take out that card and have better access to it. Would be really nice for troubleshooting. Oh well. Okay, let me look up the fake video output adapter. All right. Okay, AT&T 6300 VGA adapter. Pretty sure that's what exists. Oh, I forget that that's a thing. People just want to put like VGA cards in there. Okay, so let's see. Had to go for like 15 minutes. Yeah, not much has changed, David, so don't worry. So this is the adapter to connect a VGA display. So going back to this, monitor ID is pin 2 and pin 10. So on here, pin 2 is floating and pin 10 is floating. So it seems like it should be outputting sync signals even when without having a monitor identified. So, that's interesting. the VGA adapter, oh, okay, Helen Croft was on it right before I found it. Okay, doesn't trick anything, it just relies on the fact that multi-sync VGA monitor accepts CGA signal. Okay. So, that's not particularly encouraging then. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to take this dumb analog scope and I want to check the vertical sync again without having whatever wonkiness is going on with that. Let's see. There's a guy in New Zealand doing business under name Monotech. Yes. I'm familiar with Mono. Actually. You're talking about this. That's exactly what you're talking about right there. Yeah, that could do it. That could do it if I made an adapter to connect it to VGA. Yes. So that is a thing that I could do potentially. So, all right, let's get that out of here. Let's see though. I think, yeah. Let me. It's similar to this adapter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about this. It's his. That's actually XT keyboard adapter. I was wondering where that went. Talking about this, the Eternal CRT adapter. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So he actually sent me that. I've been meaning to do some kind of video about it, but it's been contingent on getting my. For me to get the video and feel happy about it, it's been contingent on getting my VGA capture computer down here finished, but it's been a whole thing. It's a mess. So, yeah. See, although none of those adapters will work if there's nothing coming out of the card. Yeah, exactly. That's why. Let me continue working on grabbing this, because I want to eliminate the complexities of the other one as a potential problem. So I'm just checking a 60 Hertz signal. This should be able to pick it up. Because not having that's a pretty big deal. This will also let me probe around a little more easily since I'll have more space. So, okay, we're using that one. That's for the macro camera. I don't think this is good. Then let's plug it in there. Okay. I should have a second set of probes for this, hopefully. I really thought I did. Oh man, don't tell me I'm going to have to undo some of the ones from the back of the logic analyzer. Really? I thought I had more. I really thought I did. I may have gotten lost in the move. 6300 is basically just CGA with extra power pins and the ability for higher resolutions. Yeah, that's what I had that was my understanding of it. I just wasn't sure with the detection pins, the ID ones. That's a little strange. I'm going to pull one of these off. This is green. There. Just grab this. Okay. Channel 1. Okay, power. Okay, it is seeing something. Get back in there on pin 3. Yep. It's probably right, but this, these would be on the top of what I'm looking at, right? Like, this is pin 1. If I switch over here, pin 1 should be right there, right? Just a sanity check here, because this doesn't quite line up. It's almost like they're looking at a male connector. I mean, it would make sense. They're just double checking because that's labeled pin 1 on it. I'm going to go ahead and just assume for now, but wouldn't just mind someone else making sure I'm not making a really stupid mistake here. Okay. See if we get anything. A blip. So that is 1 millisecond per division. I believe there are 10 divisions. Not seeing anything. That's pin 3. Let's just get it loose there. Oh, it's 15 volts down there. I'm good. That's right. I confirmed it. Okay, this should be a horizontal sync. Which is pulled low. Looks like it. Let me DC bias that. Oh, that's high. Okay. Vertical is also high, but not doing anything. All right, I think from this angle I can get into the CRTC. So let me shut this off. Somewhere numbered on the actual plastic. Yeah, it is like that. It is actually molded on there. It's just the 15 volts being down here confirmed it. I was just making sure I wasn't having a real bad moment. Okay, hook on to pin 40 here. Of that. That did. Oh, hold on. How do I do this? Trig level. Bingo. Okay. So that's something. That's off of the 6845. You guys really can't see squat. If I move it back in the let me, where's the position? Here we go. If I move it slightly, there you go. Now you can see those are the peaks. See, so the CRTC is apparently generating a signal. That's 5 milliseconds per division. It's about 3 divisions. So yeah, that's the 16 milliseconds for the vertical sync that I would expect to see. Okay. So the CRTC is working. That means that the video is being generated on some level. That's something, at least. All right. Now this is becoming more of a 6300 specific issue. I wonder if I can find a schematic for this, because I think that I'm at the point now where I need that. You know, this would be dumb. But I wonder. Which one of these was I using? Was I using the blue one or the yellow one? I can get a slightly better, just barely better view of the signal. Oh my gosh, these CRTs are driving me nuts. This is why I gotta have video capture of some kind. Crank. It's already cranked. You can just barely make out the peaks. I'm using one probe as an extension into the other probe, so this is awful. Don't worry about the fuzziness. Oh. Just let go. You can almost see that better if it wasn't the stupid sync, man. But yeah, 6502 is on it. I wonder what is between the CRTC and the socket. Yeah, that's why I need to start finding a schematic, because it is an absolute nightmare to try and take this card out, as far as I know. So, yeah. Oh, now it's down there. Quick, I'll show you while the sync is in that spot. Boom, vertical sync. There we go. Oh, I can get that in there, then offset it down. Nice vertical sync pulse. All right, I'm happy to finally see something on here. It was really bugging me I couldn't get anything on this sucker. So, okay. I am going to have to do some schematic hunting. So let me see if I can find that. I think I will probably want to go to Old School's website, Jim Leonard's site, and look for that. But let me just see. AT&T 6300 schematic. I don't know which one's more popular, the 6300 or the Wolvetti M24. But BitSavers has a service manual for the 6300, it looks like. So that will be very useful, hopefully. It is 643 pages. Whoa. I'm going to save that so I don't have to have that page buffer constantly. 25 megabytes, that's pretty efficient. Okay, are there sections? Actually, yes, sweet, okay. Diagnostics, Display controller board. This is jumpers and switches. Has a jumper board for... Okay, this is really weird. There's these... So there's jumpers right here. Way over here. They're these white things right there. Those are for changing the source of the clock generator. That's weird. Both the P4 and P8 display controller boards contain video disable option. The procedure required for each board is explained below. To disable the P4 board, a plug must be substituted for the chip in position 6H, and it's a 74 LS00. Okay. How do I know which one I've got? Ooh, that's good to know. I found this yellow sticker. This actually looks a lot like what's in there, so I'm guessing this is an Olivetti sticker. See, I did notice you can disable the video board on some versions. Yep, we're looking at the same thing, Bodband. By setting 2 switches on the bottom motherboard. Oh, really? On the motherboard itself? Okay. Let's see, video disable. So what they're looking at is it's on here. So They're talking about a chip that's on here. Oh, my board is revision P4. Okay. So there's a chip that's socketed, and if I pulled it, and then I'm guessing, I want to be bad. I'm guessing if I shorted out these pins here, I think that's what it's saying, that it would disable it? Does it disable with strap connections? Yeah, that means shorting. So, disable the P8 board. The P8 board just has a jumper to do it. Oh, jerks. Couldn't have put that on the first revision. Well, that's an idea. I could then put a CGA card from an IBM computer or an MDA card in there. I don't have spares of either of those on hand, but I have my 5150 in the other room there set up, and I've been meaning to pull the MDA card out of it because it still has both the CGA and MDA card in it from when I did the video on the multi-monitor setup. So I could potentially pop the chip out of there, jumper it to disable the card, and then put the MDA card in there and see if it fires up. So that's something. How far into this are we? An hour and a half? Okay. So far, I've not found schematics. So I would like to see, I would like to trace out where the video signal is going. Shut that off so it's not wasting away. Hello, it's Meltra. Okay, I'm going with that. I was making a website for the past 4 hours and something got corrupted and deleted. Lost 4 hours of work. Nothing. After all, that sucks. That is very frustrating. Schematic. Okay, thank you. I'll copy that. $58 pages on that one, alrighty. Okay, does this say which version? Let's see, it's me Ultra. Oh, okay. Also, hello, James Dean, for your first time chatting. And same thing to you, it's me Ultra. It's your first time chatting. Hello. Prototype card external interface. That is a weird IBM asynchronous communications adapter. This is a weird manual you linked, Helen Croft. Interesting. Let's see, page I was reading suggested if you had a ROM 1.43 or newer, you can set switches. Yeah, so I think I determined I have 1.21 for the system ROM on the bottom. So I didn't see anything that looked newer than that. So it seemed like I should maybe take off the bottom right now just to have a peek. Because I was just going based off of video from the last stream I did with this computer, and I wasn't 100% sure about it. So let's be 100% sure. I do not have spare ROMs to burn at the moment, and I'm not a super huge fan of overwriting the original ones. Plus, if they have a window, I don't really have a good UV light to try and wipe them, so I couldn't really do that anyway. So I'm assuming, let me put this down. I'm assuming it's these two chips here that are labeled Rev 1.21 and etc. here. There's no way for me to rotate the camera sideways. So, yeah, that's it. So BIOS version shouldn't matter for disabling the card. Those two are the BIOS, yes. Yeah, well, it's disabling the card. You're talking about disabling the card by taking out the chip and then shorting the pads on it. I'm just trying to look at what all my options are. I'm actually getting slightly distracted by some axial lead Nichicon capacitors that are up here. So, fun little minor story here. It's kind of totally off topic. So these capacitors, I don't have light handy. I would love to know what series these are, but you can't really look around axial leads. You're just basically stuck with how they're mounted. But I would like to know if these were... well, I can just look at what I think they are off the bat here. Because these two capacitors are labeled VXM. Okay, so these are VXM labeled Nichicons, but I think they're fake. They are on a MediaVision Pro Audio Spectrum. This was done in an earlier stream, but when you look up VX Nichicon series capacitors, they show up as axial, and these are radial, and the Nichicon writing on this card looks kind of weird. So I'm wondering if maybe those are fake. Because, yeah, so I would just love to know if those are VX series, but I can't see a series marking on them. They've managed to all be rotated the same way. Well, the pins might be preformed when they get them, so I don't know. But, yeah, interesting. Okay, so I gotta decide how I want to do this. Hold on a moment here. There's one Phillips right there. Is there one Phillips on the other side? No! That would have been way too easy. It looks like this side's riveted. Or, welded or something. Spot welded, maybe? Oh no, this is the card side. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. I think I can take out the video card kinda easily. Oh, more. Not there yet. And there's one on the front. This was basically going to be necessary if I was going to have any hope of trying to jumper that socket. Fill that. Oh, there's one more in the back. No, not that I see. Is it on the bottom? Where is it? Hold on. Right there. Okay. It is the bottom. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now I can try removing this thing, which is probably not going to be super easy. Oh, more screws. Wow. More screws. Okay, I'm not sure. I think I have to loosen these. I don't have to remove them. Let me find Phillips. There are two more on the other side. Need to undo the big 5-volt screws, top and bottom. Yeah. I think I was getting there right as you were mentioning it. Okay, that's unplugged. Ah, card. Yes. And now you can see how weird it is. Look at that, like 2 sockets on each side. I like the giant bus bars going to motherboard and backplane. Man, this thing's crazy. Okay. That is our most likely culprit for problems now, though. So it's good to be able to take a look at this thing itself, finally. So this chip can be removed to bypass the video. Hello. Not totally likely guaranteed to be a problem, but you can't see squat there. One moment. Where is... Switch over to this, and bingo, fuzzy cap right there. Well, that's not necessarily guaranteed to be the problem, but it's definitely not good. So it looks like I might have my opportunity to see what those are, because I should probably remove that. Well, at least eventually. So, let's see, should be 74 LS. Oh, yeah, that would be this thing. So that is, I can't really tell because I got that sticker on it. I could pull that off. I don't know how important that is for the whole thing. If that's coupling some kind of AC signal, that could be a big deal, but that's bad. It is P4 revision. We can see it right there, P4. This video looks really, really dark. The camera monitor, it looks great. I'm not understanding the discrepancy. I need to brighten it up a little more. There. All right, I'm going to try peeling off that sticker. Let's see what that chip is. $74 is next to the socket. Is that why it's labeled? Hold on. I was looking at, where is it? So you're talking about this. $594. Oh, I got way off track. Hold on. $594. Okay, so I'm going to be bad and just show it. So that's the schematic here. So I was looking at this, which would be that physically, where the big connector things are. So that's why I was looking at that one. So that's a little weird. Yeah, that's definitely that's A74 LS00. So ref does for the one you gotta mess up. What's that? Ship position is 6H. Okay. Hate grid based things. 6. Right, hold on. 5, 6. And then I'm assuming this is H. Yeah, it's got to be that. Okay, so it is that one. So that, I was really hoping it was socketed. I'm not super thrilled about it not being socketed. Okay, so a plug must be substituted for the chip. So the chip has to be removed. It can't just be shorted across it while the chip is in there. Desoldering is an option. It's not one I'm a super big fan of. They didn't disable it. Okay, that's what you're looking at? You're wanting to see if it's disabled? Yeah, no, it's not. A whole mess of stuff going on in the output connector. Good grief. What happened? Hold on here. Is that blue thing? Is that an inductor? That can't. Or is that a capacitor? Oh my gosh. I think you're right. That is a glass SMD cap. I can't remember who was telling me about that. That does look like a maybe a MELF cap in there. Or is that rectangular? Oh my gosh, that's glorious. It's a rectangular SMD capacitor inside of that glass tube. I really like that thing. That is hilarious. That was you, Helicroft. Thank you so much for telling me and then letting me know about this. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so there's caps on the output connector. Why? All three are caps. Okay. Those are the horizontal and vertical sync signals right there. That one makes sense to me to be a cap. So I don't understand why all three are different. I think this area is just ground, so that makes sense that that's all bridged. Let me go back to the pinout. Where is it? I lost it. Where'd it go? So that would be the short side. 14 through 21. I'm pretty sure 21, 20, 19. And that would be. That doesn't matter. That's all in ground. Okay. So it would just be if those are doing wacky things to the signals, but they're probably not. That's just, I don't like seeing that. Since I'm having problems with that. What's the purpose of putting an SMD cap in a glass container rather than using one with leads? It was probably cheaper to produce that exact one at some point. That's probably what it was. Or maybe the SMD one had better properties than a leaded one for some reason or another. It was just preferable. So they probably added them after PCB design, past EMI compliance. Okay, I can see that. There's a lot of rework on this card. Like right in here, there are some wires, and then there's the one way deep in there underneath all those really weirdly shaped, I presume, caps, but it looks like they're cap inductor hybrids. I'm not sure. I just thought of something I should do really quick. It's raining and I'm in the office right now. I should go look for leaks in the roof that I know where one is. I was told they were going to send someone to fix it, so I should check that. And I have another spot I've been thinking that could potentially leak. So let me go check those really quick, because I just realized I need to do that. Okay, it feels like it's probably all fine. I think I'm good. Okay. Axial and SMD caps are made the same way. Axial is just SMD with leads welded to the sides. Okay. MLCC. Yeah. Okay. All right. So decisions here. I want to look at what this capacitor is for. Let me peek around the schematic a bit more here. Wait a minute. This is connected to nothing. And it's labeled spare. What is it a spare to? I mean, let's see. Spare. And then no ref des under it. So I guess I can just remove it. Not worry. What was it for? Trace on internal layer? I doubt this has internal layers. Oh my gosh, it does. What? Why is this a multi-layer board? Okay. I see there are traces on the internal layers. All right. Going to that cap. So that's something. Well, obviously I gotta replace that cap. That's bad. I'm wondering, let's see, AT&T made this way more complicated than it needs to be. Wow, yeah, pretty much. Pads to fit an IC bod or something. Flare spare might be a legitimate thing to have on PCB. I mean, it would be if the caps wouldn't all age at the same rate. Also, something here. This has the weird triangle thing on it again for the brand. All right, let me switch to the macro camera. Ow. Wow, the light I have on here is making this just perfectly impossible to see. Let's just turn it off. You can see it well enough. Okay. Let's, So, this thing. Someone has posted on a couple of the VODs for these on YouTube that this is, in fact, Panasonic, not Ace. And I think they might be right. I think it might be a misidentification by the internet that this is Ace just because of one exactly like this where it has the CE after the triangle. Because I can find no record of a capacitor manufacturer named Ace. So I'm thinking that it could possibly be Panasonic, but I don't think I could find a record of a Panasonic cap with that logo, but maybe. I'm not sure. Is it leaking? Oh yeah, it's leaking. That's why I pulled it off. Yeah. Like, let's see here. It's super fuzzy. There. It's bad. So, it's probably, I'm kind of at a standstill here on what to do next, because it seems like maybe I should replace that thing, because it's definitely bad, and I don't know what it's doing. I was trying to, that's why I was pulling it off, so I was trying to see if there's a ref des for it, but there isn't. It's near where it's labeled spare. Not having a part to go by, I can't find it in the schematic. And since it's internal layers, I don't know where it's going either. This is a really weird problem. That triangle is the Matsushita, former name of Panasonic logo. So that's what I'm thinking. I guess this is Panasonic. I don't know, Wizard Tim, if you're watching, but I guess we're going to have to update the brand page to have this as Panasonic as well. So there's the M Matsushita logo, and then this now. That'll both go in there. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that one's bad. Probably a 5-volt rail. It's usually on the internal layers. That would make sense. Do you think it would just be for smoothing that? It is right next to the power inputs. What's the capacitance on this thing? Yep. So I saw a 25 volt there. 47 UF 25 volt. That feels like I don't know. It seems like a little low for power smoothing, so I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, Ness, for the Prime subscription. Yeah, I guess it is free money. All right, so where are we at? Hour and 53 minutes. So what do we think? What do we think the chances are that this is a critical component that could be taking down the card by not working? Let me get the well, first let me short test it or something. I don't know. I can get an ESR meter out here, and then we can see what it does. So I'm not sure. The whole video card is digital, so there is no analog reason for it to be signal. Yeah, I agree. I just feel like I'm at an impasse. I don't want to desolder this chip without having a socket to put in its place, and I don't know where sockets are. I always knew Matsushita as the enclosed M logo, but Googled also just shows that. Okay, interesting. All right, then. Well, we're definitely gonna have to change that over. I feel like I need to order a socket before I move on with that. I do have rails of some parts. I think I have some sockets. I don't know where my rails ended up after the move. I really can't think where my rails and stuff ended up. I got like a bunch of 595s, a bunch of 7805s as well, but I don't know where those parts ended up. So I don't want to. Oh man, I forgot I bought this. I could have clipped onto the 6845 to measure it. Do you have spare 47U cap to test? I do not really. I can look through my parts to see what I've got here really quick, I guess. That's a switch. That's just a bunch of junk. Whole bunch of thingamajigs here. These are all 10 UFs and one really big weird one. 6.8 UF at 100 volts. What are these for? Why do I own these? There's no... Okay, whatever. For 170 UF SMD. IDC connectors. Giant resistors. IC. Big old cap. What are you? You are 16 volt 1000 UF. No, I don't think I have one that is appropriate for that. Or I have an exact replacement. Doesn't seem right. Something seems a little odd, but I don't think I could do much better than this, aside from getting axial. So, why is this tipping over all of a sudden? Hold on. Sorry about the blurriness. So, original part is there. 25 volt, 47 UF. Let me plug in that light again. It's driving me crazy. Okay, 47, 25. Then that is 25 volt, 47 UF, and YXF Rubicon. That one should be pretty nice. It's just a whole lot smaller, which is kind of weird. So I think theoretically I should be able to just put this here, like that, on there, and have it be good, because this is very clearly polar. That was the bad side, if I remember correctly. So put negative there, and then mount it like that. You guys can't really see. Mount it there. So let's do this. New caps are usually smaller compared to old caps. Yeah, that seems like a lot smaller, but all right. See. New caps don't usually have the same peak current rating, though. Oh, okay. Intriguing. Alright, get some good solder in here. You know what? I want to pull that side out a little. Reshape that lead so it's going to go a little more flat. There we go. That'll fit well. Would have been smarter if I had sleeved that, but it'll be fine. Okay. I guess I can put this whole thing back together, see if that helped at all. I'm gonna guess it didn't, but only one way to find out. So, yeah. After that, if this doesn't fix it, then I will add to my DigiKey cart a 14-pin dip socket so we can pull that out, and then I can try shorting it. Because if I pull that out, bypass the display card, I want to use this because I want to use the original display with it. So the pulling the chip off and then bypassing it is purely diagnostic. It would not be a long-term solution. So no matter what, another chip would be going back in there. So putting a socket in instead just would make it, you know, I pull that one out, rough up the board with that, then I put in a socket, rough up the board with that, and then it's done. I don't have to keep hurting it by doing more and more soldering. So let's just put this back on there, tighten down the lugs for 5 volt, and then we'll see what happens when I plug it in. I rate this thing is not very fun to plug in. Ooh, this'll work. Unless I slip, then I'm gonna impale myself on every single pad. So much force to do this. It sucks it's a multi-layer board too. It is just inevitably flexing as I do this. All right. Flip this around. Plug in CRT power, which I've verified multiple times is getting there. I might as well plug in the keyboard. Where did I lose a screw? Down to there? Hopefully not. I don't think so. Those are all the same anyway. Okay. The keyboard connector is so loose, it's ridiculous. Alright, see what happens. Beep. Okay. I guess nothing happens. It'd be too easy. Just have it be one cap. Nope. Lights on the keyboard aren't flashing either. Alright. So we've got something else to figure out. Because, yeah, there is nothing going on there still. Alright, you know what? For grins and giggles, I'm going to shut this off. We'll look through the schematic some more. Let me see where the CRT controller chip goes. It's, let's see, CRTC, J1, okay. J1 and J2. Those are the, okay, those are the, what? These apparently go to the CRTC. So that's strange. J6 is a jumper, a header. It's probably that super huge header. That has a sticker over where its rep desk probably is. That is, I think that is on top of its ref des. I can't see it. Okay, 6845. I found it. Okay, VSync goes to a 74 S37. Is that nearby? 74 S37 is right here. Let's do some old-fashioned beep detective work. Okay, so pin 40 on here should go to pin 13 on this. See, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Check. Okay. And pin 12 is lat VSync. What on earth is going on there? This is weird. So if I'm bad and show this, so VSync is going into here, and then I'm not sure what's going on there. But then we have lat VSync and lat HSync. Okay. I'm not sure where those are going. So let me figure out that. I'm going to guess that it's not as simple as the connector. So HSync is pin 15. So 10, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. It's not going direct. Hate labeled circuit boards like this. I really wish more stuff had it all on display. What header is I just switched? Whoops. The video output is J5. Oh, hold on, I found something here. Lat VSync goes into a 74 LS 39. It's in 3G. Oh my gosh, way over there? No way. No, 74 LS 39. It's got to be one closer. Oh, I just found something a little weird. Look at that chip. It's like lifted up. That doesn't seem normal. It's very crooked. Oh, it's a heavy computer compared to all the others. Someone had too many wines on the assembly that day? Yeah. Okay, so if I'm bad again here, and I show you this. So lat VSync here comes into 74 LS 39, and then it's labeled 3G. And if I scroll to where the CRTC is again, where was that? Where was it? Bingo. So this is 11A, and yeah, that tracks. So there's 11. Oh man, you guys really aren't gonna be able to see anything because this way it's horrible things designed. So this is 11A. This where the CRTC is, okay. But then the other chip is labeled as 3G, which is way over here, and this is 3. G would be this one, and it doesn't match. It's a 74S37, and above and below it are not that. and left and right are not the 74 LS39. So I'm really not sure what to go on there because I can't find it now. But whatever that is, it goes through, and then blink clock is what it's called, I guess. So I would like to find J5 on here so I can know where the video output gets all its signals from. Piggyback board, okay. Let me try and find J5. Yeah, there are no J5s on here for some reason. So, okay. Output, Graphica, that seems... Intensity, red, green, blue. So that seems like a final stage. Like that probably reads the memory. Yeah, I'm guessing that reads the memory in. It's probably used for selecting the memory. That makes sense. So the CRT controller. Hold on. Here we go. Is this lat vsync? Lat vsync. Wait, it goes into two things? Okay, that's weird. Lat vsync. Okay. Well, we got a second thing the lat vsync goes into, and it's in 11. 11C. That's right by the CRTC. And then it goes to just vsync as probably the output. Yeah, J5. Bingo. There's all the J5 labels. Okay. So the 74S37, that should be slightly far down. So C, this is A, this top row. C is here. So I'm looking for a 74S37. 74S374. Okay, 74S374. 74L S374. Okay, so it could possibly be that. So it could go from here to there. All right. It's 14, pin 14 in on that. Wait a minute, these two are identical. It's supposed to be an 11. 24 LS 24. So it might be that. That would make sense. Alright, so it was output 12 for VSync, and then input 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's way on the other side. That's my fault because I'm touching ground. 11, 12. That's not connected. So maybe down one. No. Okay. Output 12. So what is this? S9912. What does that mean? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, over here. S4, 9, and 12. So it's supposed to be chip. Yeah, 11C. Yeah, this is row 11. C should be like way down here. But no. Well, C should be right here. S374. Yeah. That's LS, not just S. 11C. Okay, so whatever this chip is, it's shared between these two things. Minus blanking. Okay. Interesting. Where is this chip? C16. That shown anywhere? No. I guess all the decoupling caps that they just omitted entirely on this thing. Like if you look at the board, there's all these. Oh man, there's all these spots for decoupling caps that they just didn't put any in. Let me pull that whole thing over more. Okay, now I can get you guys in here. Okay, 11 right there, row A. Okay, is labeled on the opposite end of the card. This should be A. This should be no. A is technically this chip right there. That's B. So this would be C. So then this should be 11C should be like right here, but it's not. Where did J7 come in? Probably just like straight into there. Here we go. 74S374. No LS. Okay. So it might be on the other side of that. That's more under the CRTC, which is what I would expect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just 11, 12, right? Yeah, this is P-Sync is 14, not 12. Okay, the output is 12. And this should be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. Why are those like separate grounds? Let's see. Have a nice day, everyone. Good night. Good night, G5. Thank you for being so generous today. I really appreciate that. Let's see. So still can't find that one. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna take off the card again, inspect it out of the case, because that'll be so much easier. Okay. At least it's just the power screws. Or the Phillips fell down here. What time is it? Okay, if this manages to make it to 3 hours, I'm calling 3 hours the hard cutoff, just so you guys know, because I do want to get back to editing a video today. Did I just remove those screws? Idiot. I don't need to remove them. Okay. Have a much better look at this card now. Actually, I'm going to flip this around because all the labels are on the other side. Okay, so let's see here. So CRTC 40 to 13 and should be this to this. Check. So that is confirmed to be this part. Okay, so 12 is lat VSync, and lat VSync goes to pin 14 on a 74S34. So 12, this was 14 right there, so that's 12. So 74S34. 74 LS, no, S34, and it goes to 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not that. Got an LS34. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Can I see where that trace may go on the bottom? Goes to right there and then disappears to inner layers. Thanks. Unless it comes out from under that middle chip. Oh, it kind of does. Oh, it's not this, is it? No. It couldn't be that thing is that trace is bad, could it? Lat H sync comes out of pin 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes into pin 18. So that's called latch or lat C H sync. That's weird. 18. So it'd be way up there. No, be 18, yeah. Doesn't seem like it. Well, that's something. So that's pin 3 on a 74S374. So pin 12. Is that schematic for the... Oh my gosh, that could be for a P8 board. I don't know. Oh, man. Rev P2. P2, okay. Not even close. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Spooky, for the Prime sub. Yeah, Helen Croft, you absolutely got it. This answers my question. I buy 6300. So far, I cannot endorse it. Oh man, let's do this. What did I do? Let's go back to this for now. Okay, I need to find a P4 right there. P4 revision board schematic. The chips you're probing look to be 10 column. The 11. So Wizard Tim is not this right schematic. I was looking for an 11C, which should be this, and it doesn't match. And I basically probed everything on that, so it just can't be that. But it's the wrong schematic. It's for a different revision card. This is P4. That was for P2. So I need a P4 schematic. Probably goes to that. But then I have to know what that goes to. So that's fun. 2 there goes off on a grand adventure way far that way. By doesn't match as in not, well, it doesn't, it's not, yeah, it's not an, it's a 74 LS 245 in that position. So that's not it. It doesn't match the part number from the schematic. By doesn't match, I mean I need a P4 board schematic, not the other one. Video P4 schematic. Why is there apparently at least 3 different video cards for this thing that are all just well, actually, I guess these are CGA. Right? This is color? Will this do CGA monochrome output? Like compact would? That'll be cool. CGA low res color of special high res black and white. Okay. I know it's got the crazy, like, I don't know, 640 by 400 or whatever weird high res monochrome that Windows supports. I was told. I'm looking forward to checking that out. That seems like it would be cool. But yeah, I was just curious if it would do CGA on monochrome because monochrome CGA is pretty sweet. I like it. I'm trying to look through the massive 634 page Surface manual to see if there are any schematics. So far, I don't think I've seen any. The PDF loads so slowly. It's really hard to get through this. Well, in the index, it doesn't have schematics under S. Just look for display adapter and see if there's schematic listed for that. Display controller board, display controller jumpers, display controller board. So A34 potentially. Maybe video disable option. Oh no, it's around that area. It's not. No. Display controllers 227. Let's see. I think it's just going to be general information about it, not like diagnostic. Man, I picked a real tricky one here with this 6300, didn't I? Ooh, there's sort of schematics in here. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I have P2 board, P4 board, then P8. So it looks like there is a P2, P4, and a P8. All right. Okay, well, no, it doesn't look like the huge page has or PDF has schematics. So, uh, let's see. I need to get some water. I'm gonna get water while I think about what to do next. What pin did you get continuity with on that 7 or 374. They could have just shuffled around the pin usage between revisions and tested the output is connected to D sub. It was, I mean, they don't have, it was pin 2 on that one, I think. So I went from here to here. Is that it? Oh, stupid multimeter probes being bad. Okay. So pin 12 to pin 3. So it's pin 3 there. That's VSync, so I can just pin 2 is connected to VSync. So pin 3 is in, pin 2 is out. So if there's a chip that's bad, it's that or that. So signal path for VSync seems to be CRTC, that thing, connector. So there's something there, at least. So, man, I wish it wasn't a humongous pain to get in there while it was plugged in. Pin 2's flip-flop output for pin 3, so that makes sense. You want to know how frazzled I am? Or just tired from this? It just hit me that no vertical sync signal going to the CRT means I'm not going to hear a raster scan. So that's, we're on the right track. Oh, man. Well, as long as the CRT works that way, something like the 5153 will scan the white image without an input signal, now that I think about it. So we're not necessarily out of the woods on the display being good. So, if I wanted to start being all diagnostic-y, what I should probably do, maybe solder a wire sticking up off of that chip on pin 12 for the output, and then off of pin 2 for that thing's output, so that I can see on a scope or something where the signal drops off. Yeah. Okay. I got this thing that I did earlier. Is it PCLK3? I don't know what PCLK3 is. I should not solder this on there. Well, no, I'm good. I was just saying, I don't know that pin 12 on the other one is actually VSync, but the pin 2 or whatever on that is VSync, so it probably makes sense. I guess we can switch here so you can see what I'm doing. Page 37, the Rev 2 manual PCLK is the clock for that chip without the flip. Ooh, interesting. Okay, these jumpers control clock nonsense. So, alright, that might be worth investigating. I want to do this test though, so I feel warm and fuzzy. about knowing where the issue actually occurs. So this was pin 3 it goes to, so pin 2 is the output. Yeah. Okay, that's all clear, not touching any neighbors. Put that up like that so I don't have to put strain on it. So, this one should go to here. Yep. This should be, actually I guess this should just be V-syncing. It should be the exact same as this. Yeah. Okay. So, and then if I really want to, I can clip my thingamajig on for the... Yeah, okay, so you know what? This is actually good, having that. Well, no, because it's direct wired, so it shouldn't matter. This one is the only signal I guess we really need to worry about. Okay. If I don't get V-Sync out on this, then I'll try messing with these jumpers. That's what we'll do. Because the jumpers control clock stuff. That might be important. I don't know. More fun, heavy computer. One of those jumpers should have a 24 megahertz clock on it. Probably good to check that as well. Okay. They're up top, so at least I can probe those without having to get in there too much. I need to get the screws sorted out. A bad oscillator could make sense. That's a fragile part, and this has already had travel damage, so if there is a clock signal not working, that could be it. Okay. There's zero reason to plug in that keyboard. Okay. Connect my probe to the dumb scope. Position this so you guys can see what it sees. Mount does not want to stay tight. It keeps rotating on the thread of the GoPro. Alright, grab ground from, I don't know, chassis somewhere. Sure. Okay, so white should be white is the test. That is a VSync signal. It's kind of messy. It's a little weak, actually. And there'll be none on this one, I suspect. Yeah, none. So that has something, but it's weak. I'm doing this. Okay, there's CRTC. Let me get the voltage up a little bit. That looks nice and clean. Then there is the white one, which is the first buffer. It's got it. It's just not good. Then there is the final output that is missing it entirely. Okay. So let me look. Shut this off. Let me look back at the manual here. Jumpers. Display board jumpers. Check pin 11. What's pin on the... On which one? On the, okay. That's going to be a little tricky to get to. I think that's a clean pin 11 latch. Well, we got something. It is real fast. That's probably 24. Just out of curiosity here, I'm going to pop that off. Yep, there we go. So that is that jumper. So if I switch it over to the other one, we get nothing. So that's pin 11, we get a signal. Yeah, I guess the back of the board is just right there, isn't it? So, we get clock, but it doesn't pass through. Are we feeling like that thing's probably bad? Can you check pin 1, output enable? Where's it at? Just, okay, there we go. So I'm not seeing a change. So it's here, so it would be that. Here's our clock. No, that's not working at all. What? No, that's clock. No. Do I have the voltage up? Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's stupid fast. That's clock. Output enable. Okay. Let's slow this down. Output enable does not seem to change. I should probably do voltage. I was gonna say, there is sawdust right here because the case on this thing is so sharp it is shaving my table. Okay, I think you can see that. We got the DMM. Also check pin 20 VCC should be okay. 3.5 or 5. All right. For sanity check on this, let me verify probes are working well. It's on volts. Got 5. Okay. So jam that into negative. Okay, it looks like that's a nope on that. I assume that's output high. Yeah, out of curiosity. I have no idea what the maximum frequency this thing can measure is. Doesn't look like 25 megahertz is on the table. Let's see. So you want to see pin 20 for power. Pin 20 has 5 volts. A lot of the chips on here kinda hot. Like there is a 74 S244 at the back that I don't think I could leave my finger on. Yeah, that one's kind of really hot. So I guess my next step would be, because output's low, I mean, just to reconfirm, power 5 volt, but output 0 volt. So output's low, or write enable is low. 74, particularly 74S series is particularly low power consumption. Well, these are S. Oh, isn't particularly low in power consumption. Okay, got it. I'm there. Should I be dumb and try like using tweezers to send 5 volts to output enable just to see what happens? Or should I? Yeah. It has power. Output is low, yes. It has clock, yes. It has input, yes. Output is active low. Oh, it's not active high. Okay, it is low. Where'd my clip go for the probe? Oh, it fell on the ground. Check output isn't shorted to ground, okay? Not shorted. That was the wrong chip. Oh, it is shorted to ground. That's... Hold on, that should be the 5-volt in. What? Ground. Yeah, 15 volt. No. 5 volt? That's black. I think I have a short somewhere. I'm just waiting in case it's charging a cap. But, yeah, just across 5 volt coming off the power supply. Short. Okay, I'm pulling off the card, and I'm going to see if there's a short on the card. Because at least I can use the weird bus bar thing you remove. What was the resistance? I wasn't measuring resistance. I can do that. Okay, at the power supply, first off, this is probes direct touching. Okay, at the power supply, the screw terminals, resistance is 15 ohms. Something seems real funky there. And I was going to say, these bus bars are nice because once I remove the video card, I will have separated the power supply from the backplane and the motherboard. So that should be everything isolated, and I can determine where the short is. Okay. Boom. On the power supply, 50 ohms. That feels like it's charging a cap. Okay. On the card, 200 ohms. Okay. On the motherboard, 75. On the backplane, 30s. None of that was real conclusive. Video card was actually doing the best. Yeah, 300 ohms on the video card. CPU and GPU rails will have somewhat low resistance. Monitor stuff is sub. Whoa. This 10 to 100 isn't too unreasonable. Okay. So we looking cumulative stuff. What? This rises. I feel like that's really. I'm gonna set this diode. I think that'll higher charge or quicker charge. This wants to go. Actually, it should be the same as over here. Yeah. Right, within the power supply, there's a 60 ohm load. So would that be expected? I mean, I feel like that's not too bad. That's probably fairly normal. I just realized we crossed the 3-hour point. I think the only two things to be now are chip's bad or the filter on its output is shorted. You can lift a leg and measure it out of circuit, confirm it's not the filter. So you're talking about going from the chip to the actual connector could be bad somehow. That's what you're saying? I don't know how I would lift the leg without like removing the whole chip. I've never done that before. Definitely think I can remove the wires I put on there. One of the orange things? These? Okay. From chip to connector, the orange things are the filters. Yeah, okay. Not talking about lifting leg on IC. Okay. So you're saying I gotta figure out where it goes to one of the filters and then lift that leg? Because these are like weird 3-4 pin packages. It looks like 3. Phew! All right, that makes sense, Helen Croft, based on what I'm seeing, because that's what it looks like. The only problem is I have no idea which one it is, and there's 8 of them there. That's the thing. Should measure 390. What? The video output should measure 390 ohms to ground. That measures nothing. This is seemingly charging the cap because that's super duper high resistance. The 2 pins going through the ferrite bead is the signal path, the offset pin from the cap to ground. Okay. But I have no idea which one it is. That's the thing. They have one on like literally every single output going to the thing. What? Oh, I'm not listening for beeps. Yeah, I'm trying to do that Helen Croft. I'm just not having much luck. Might have a winner. Okay, so maybe this one. I think it'll be third and fourth in. Once I get this out, I have no idea how I'm going to get it back in. Yeah, I guess that would have made a lot more sense. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull one out. Ink. Nope, still connected. Really messing with me. I got a hair on the soldering iron, so I'm enjoying that wonderful smell right now. Get one finally? Oh. I think I got it. Forgot why we're doing this. Yeah, from or the filter it's on is shorted. Okay. Okay, so I got a filter leg lifted. So from here to here should now be dead. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Okay, so now you probably want me to measure that in the computer, the output from the chip with the filter disconnected, right? That's the thing to measure next. Ugh. Or am I measuring? I have no idea. This to that. Okay, and then that won't work anymore because I just removed it. All right, so measure the output from the chip because I'm kind of lost and tired here. Check if the filter is 390. Wait, so you want me to remove the filter? Because I'm gonna have to remove it to check that. I'm not sure what you mean now. I lifted one side of it, so it's lifted up. I'm not sure where you want, like the lifted side to the capacitor. Lifted side to the other leg is open. Connected leg to the other side is open. The header, the connector to the other side is open. Connector to everything is open. Chip to the third leg is open. Chip to the leg it's connected to is good, unsurprisingly. And the other one. I'm just not sure I've lifted what you think I've lifted. Bad GoPro, I guess. I think the GoPro just died on me. These things have been giving me no end in trouble. Actually, had the video I'm currently working on somewhat ruined because of these. Really frustrating. Thought the GoPros were supposed to be super durable. They're super sketchy and unreliable. They're not very durable in my experience so far. This one won't turn back on now. So that's cool. I'm going to yank the battery. If you don't get out... Okay, if you don't get output with filter removed, I'd say the chip is bad. Okay, so it's... The output of the chip is still connected to one side of the filter. I didn't lift the side of the filter that... that is connected to the chip. Hello, Russ B257. And yeah, that's this is an Olivetti 6300 for sure. It's looking like it probably has a bad chip on the video board, which you could see if my GoPro that I'm using for a camera hadn't just died. Okay, it should turn on. It might reconnect. Okay, turning on. Ah, there we go. Bingo. All right. It may turn off again. Anyway, it's looking like this chip on here may be bad. It's part of the output. So actually, we don't know that the H-Sync isn't going through that as well, so that could be interesting. But yeah, you got me wondering, Wizard Tim. I'm going to put the leg I lifted back in and then lift the other side, because I think, or maybe I'll just lift both. Why not? Let's lift both. Alright, it's all lifted now. Nothing. Well, it's not fully lifted. Now it is. Now there's nothing. Nothing on the output. Okay. Let's go back to the unreliable camera view here. Let's get the video board back on. Make sure I don't cut off my probe cables because the case is so sharp. So the idea, connect the monitor to normal CGA card on another computer and power it from bench power supply, just test monitor. That's not a bad idea. We can do that next time. I'm already 20 minutes past when I said I would be stopping. I don't want to start adding more things to the list here. There's very clearly going to be more to diagnose on this system still. So we will be coming back to it again. Why is this not plugging in? Oh, it is. It just takes so much ridiculous amounts of force. I desoldered my test cable. Actually, probe it from the back. That's the trick. That's the lesson of the day. Probe it from the back. Okay. Boom. On. Fan. Beep. There's no floppy drives connected. Hold on. Okay. On. CRT power. Is it connected? I don't think it can check the CRT power, but just in case. Please beep. There we go. Let's check back leg here. Okay. So pin 2 output on. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, this pin 12 will have. You guys can't see anything. Actually, let's just start. Make sure I'm in the right ballpark timing wise. Put this on. nowhere good to grab ground there. Why is that so fuzzy? Jeez. Oh, that's CRTC. I'm getting something. So let's move on to the output of the first chip. Okay. There we go. We're getting something again. It's still really terribly fuzzy. Why is it so bad? Is this a better ground? Well, that's a pretty good ground. We'll go with... No, that's... I don't know. I don't know why ground's being so terrible. Alright, let's just go for it. Where is it? It's right here. Output. Looks like I'm getting nothing. So again, the other one. This is the signal it should be getting. I don't know why it's not showing up. Let's go back to DC. Really, really sloppy for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I messed up the probe. Oh, that's way better looking. Okay. Okay, that, and then... That's the chip that should be getting the output. That's the input. So input, output. Not working. The output is high. Well, it's at least offset somewhat. I'm going to see what voltage the output is. Okay, so for sanity check, that's CRT voltage. There should be about 15. Yep. Okay, it's that. Yep. Output voltage is 1.7. Input 0.3. That's not a very significant DC offset. I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, but it seems like the chip's dead. Maybe. It's getting a clock. Like if I go, what was it, pin 20's clock, or was it pin 10 you said? I don't remember. I think it was this. Yeah, that's clock. No output. So, I need to look up the output chip, possibly buy a replacement one of those. That chip is sort of hot, but it's not really that hot, much hotter than any other chip on here. So, yeah. I think that is all I can do today. Normally I like to clean all this stuff up while I'm on stream, but I'm feeling pretty tired, and this went long. So, I think I'm just going to go with ending it while it's all here and then just leave it. Go home. Because, yeah, I I don't think I can do any other diagnostics. It does really seem like it is that chip. And that chip is, again, a SN74S374N. It is a 20-pin DIP. So probably order a socket and a replacement for that. And I'll just put in the socket, pop in the replacement. See how that goes. That'll be my first failed chip on something like this. Well, I guess other than the H810 on the Roland SK88, but that feels a little different because it's like a big old fancy thing. Yeah, from Texas Instruments. Yeah, I think when it's an SN, it's a Texas Instruments part. And that's kind of their naming convention, isn't it? At least I haven't personally encountered an SN. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I was going to say I haven't personally encountered an SN part from another manufacturer, but yeah, you're on the same path I am. So, okay, I should order one of those. That's a very interesting part to have to order. I would not have guessed that this would have a bad chip in it. It really does surprise me. So, here's hoping it's that, but I'm skeptical that I haven't yet found the real demon. But that's the best lead we've got, I would say. So, I don't have that on hand. I could possibly look around and maybe salvage it from something just to test with, but I'm not looking to try that. So, yeah, I think we should call it there for now. This was a very fun stream. Thank you all for hanging out, and definitely thank you, Helen Croft and Wizard Tim, for helping me out with this. Let's see, on the output of things, so bad stuff goes. Yeah, I'm waiting for the subscribers, for the person or the people who are watching an ad right now. I'm waiting for them to talk more, because I can see that there's an ad running. I changed, so like for the subscribers, I can see, man, this setup does not work well. I'm putting this back the way it was before. I can see, and it just died. Of course. No, there it is. I can see when an ad is running there. Yeah. So is there an M24 VGA? Ugh, $80. I'm not spending that. But the problem is I want to use the MDA monitor. That's the thing. I could get a VGA card, but I don't want that. So I want to use that thing. That's the problem. Helen Croft's idea of making an adapter to connect something to this would be interesting, because then I could actually just put like the MDA card in here and then use it with that. I would lose the fancy AT&T mode, but it could work. So, video card. Okay. That would be interesting. I suspect that would solve it, but it could also just be broken. There's a couple of things I need to look up, because I've heard that there are problems with the video card, and that now I'm wondering if I should start looking up what other people's problems with the video card may have been, as opposed to just trying to forge my own path from scratch here. So just to get an idea, but yeah. So anyway, it's been real fun. I appreciate all the help. It's been very, very helpful, this stream. I think we're getting close to figuring out what's wrong with this thing. It's just more, there's multiple things wrong which I didn't know. So yeah. Oh, in a whisper. Okay, thank you, Russ. I'll try to remember that. Yeah, there's a couple of places I'm going to look for more stuff, so I will definitely be looking over some documentation. But yeah, for right now, I need to wrap this up so I can go home, recover, and then edit video more, because there's a video that's coming out soon. Just need to finish editing it. But that is it. What on earth is the red on the GoPro video? What? Why? It's even worse than what you're seeing. If I switch back over here, you can see there's even more of it, like up there. What on earth? GoPros. Man, I tell you. I kind of wish I didn't buy GoPros. Oh well. Anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all later. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to support the channel, you can find t-shirts or sub with Twitch Prime, I guess. That is it for now, though. I'll see you next time.